Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Mark, and I'd like to take this opportunity to demonstrate for you a few basic common Linux commands. And the first one I'd like to start off with is the pwd command, which stands for print working directory. What that does is prints the name of the current working directory that you're in. Press enter, and as you can see, we are located within the mlkoget directory. Now, next I'd like to get a listing of the contents of this directory, and to do that I would type the list command, which is ls followed by the option -l, which is going to give us a long detailed listing of those contents, if there are any. Press enter, and as you can see we have no files listed. Next I'd like to create a directory. To do that, I would type mkdir for make directory, followed by the name of the directory. And in the spirit of this demonstration, I'll call this directory Mark. Press enter. I'll do a listing to make sure that it's there. And as you can see, the Mark directory was created with the date and time as to when it was created, and also displaying the privileges assigned to users, groups, and others. Now let's go into this directory. To do that, I type cd for change directory, followed by the directory name. And one thing to keep in mind is with Linux, it is case sensitive. So if I were to type lowercase mark, we would receive an error message. No such file or directory. So I'll type it again, change directory, initial cap mark, press enter. And now you can see that we are now within the Mark directory. Let's get a listing of the contents of this directory. Type ls, -l, and again, as we suspected, there would be no files located within this newly created directory. Now let's create a text file. And to do this, I would use the echo command, followed by, in quotes, the content of that file. And we'll say, hello, Mark, space, two greater than symbols, which stand for append or add output to the file, followed by the file name that we are going to give this, and I will call it hello.txt. Press enter, do a listing, and you can see that the hello text file has been created. Let's create another one. And we'll call this one how.txt. Press enter. Do a listing. And you can see that we now have two text files, hello.txt and how.txt. Now supposing we wanted to see the contents of a text file. To do that, we would use the more command. So I'll type more, followed by the name of the file, how.txt. Press enter, and you can see that the contents of the how text file are displayed. Now, let's suppose we wanted to combine the contents of both the hello text file and the how text file into a new file. To do that, we would use the cat function, followed by the first file, the second file, and the name of the new file. Press enter. Let's do another listing. And you can see now that we have 3 text files. The first 2 files, hello and how, and the newly created combined.txt file. Now let's take a look at the contents of the combined text file. Again, we type more. Press enter. And now you can see that the content from both of those text files has been added to this newly created file called combined. Next, let's move the combined text file out of the mark directory into the parent directory. And to do that, we would use the move command, which is mv, followed by the file name. And I'm going to type 2 periods, which represent the parent directory. Press enter. Do another listing. And it appears that the combined.txt file has been moved out of the mark directory, but we'll go into the parent directory just to be sure. Again, to do that, we would type cd for change directory, followed by 2 periods, and it'll bring us up a level. Do a listing. And as you can see, the combined.txt file is residing in our parent directory and is no longer in the mark directory. Now, let's just say that we are done with the combined text file and we'd like to get rid of it. And to do that, we would use the remove command. So I'll type rm, the file name, press enter. I'll do another listing. And you can see that the combined text file has been removed. I've only shown you a few of the more common basic Linux commands. There are many more. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed my demonstration.